On this episode of Tell Us a Story.
Take the frustration and guesswork out of digital marketing to help CEOs achieve measurable, repeatable results. SophieZo came to be from a stay-at-home mom who needed to make money for the family, but didn't want all her money to go to daycare for her two wonderful small children. So I relaunched myself in early 2009 as a virtual assistant. For 6 months, I threw myself on social media. I was a Twitter and Facebook addict. My husband thought he'd lost me to my computer. I lost it all and had to start over from scratch. And the whole time, my intuition was knocking on that door. And I was like, nope, this is a good thing.
Welcome to Tell Us a Story, the podcast by Belmont City Press, where entrepreneurs and sales professionals share their journeys, insights, and strategies for success. In each episode, our guests reveal how they've overcome challenges, established their brands, and leveraged their stories to promote their businesses so you can too. I'm Red Hilton, your host for this episode. Today I'm joined by Sophie Zollmann, who is the CEO and owner of SophieZo Next Level Business Support. So, Sophie, tell us a story.
Hi there. I'm Sophie Zollmann of SophieZo Next Level Business Support. We take the frustration and guesswork out of digital marketing to help CEOs achieve measurable, repeatable results. We work with health and wellness practitioners, coaches, consultants, and service providers. You can contact me at our website, SophieZo.com, where you can find our free 10-step marketing strategy checklist. Be sure to reach out so we can bring your business to the next level.
I love a free 10-step checklist. Sophie, fabulous. Talk to me about your story. How did SophieZo come to be?
SophieZo came to be from a stay-at-home mom who needed to make money for the family, but didn't want all her money to go to daycare for her two wonderful small children. So SophieZo threw herself into the online world way back when, before it was a thing. And I got a remote position way back before that was a thing too, as a virtual customer service representative for an e-commerce company. I was in Virginia at the time and with my family, and this guy was in New York. So I was working a remote job well before the pandemic and all that fun stuff. And I worked for that man for 4.5 years, ended up being his business manager of his $500,000 a year company for a whopping $12 an hour. Not good enough. For all the stress and headache and nightmare that it became as the manager of the company, doing everything but the website. So I quit. I became a stay-at-home mom for a whole 8 months. And then home ownership kicked in and all the things started breaking. And all our little nest egg that we saved up so I could quit went away. Had to go back to work. Chose transcription because I knew I didn't want to do the e-commerce thing again. And that is where I found the people I serve today. I was transcribing teleseminars way before Zoom was a thing and webinars were a thing, but I was transcribing the teleseminars of the coaches, consultants, wellness practitioners, the people I work for today. And I was like, ooh, I want to work with these people. I want to support these people. So I relaunched myself in early 2009 as a virtual assistant. For 6 months, I threw myself on social media. I was a Twitter and Facebook addict. My husband thought he'd lost me to my computer. But then the clients started rolling in, the money started rolling in, and he was like, oh, honey, you can stay on social media. You go, girl. But I connected with other virtual assistants who wanted to hire me as a subcontractor, which meant the business had to be born. So back then, SophieZo Virtually There For You was born, became an LLC, went quickly to a team-based business. And we were jack of all trades, doing all things, virtual assistant, marketing, social media, the whole 9 yards. Did that for several years. Then I decided to get certified in social media and online business management, kind of went solo-ish for a few years. And then in 2018, I decided to go exclusive with a longtime client for 6 figures. I hit my 6-figure success. Woohoo! Guess what? That was the biggest mistake I've ever made, because I realized before the year was over that it wasn't enough, that I needed more, wanted more. So I started to create a new digital marketing agency concept and started to soft launch it toward the end of the year. And it saved my life and my business because a couple of weeks later, that client let me go. I lost it all and had to start over from scratch. And the whole time, my intuition was knocking on that door. And I was like, nope, nope, this is a good thing. I got to do this. I want to do this. I learned to listen to my own intuition because it was right and I was wrong. Making a brain decision is not the way to go. It's got to be a comprehensive decision. So I relaunched as a digital marketing agency. I worked with a coach and mentor to build it out, message it, market it, etc. My husband stepped up as the loving, wonderful man he's always been, but showed his real true faith in me by saying, figure out the money, we'll invest in your company for 6 months, give you 6 months to redo this. And here I am today, many years later, the most successful I've ever been, the happiest I've ever been with more than a digital marketing agency. We are actually a full service digital marketing team that provides the deep dive marketing analysis, strategy, and marketing plan that we can implement for our clients all in one place with a dedicated marketing team / marketing department to make it really super easy for them to do their marketing, get results, and scale their business easily and sustainably.
That's amazing. So that is a journey. First of all, you're a pioneer.
Thank you.
Yes. You are definitely a pioneer. So, even though it's not being done, it still can be done.
Yes.
And you are a testament to that. So fabulous. Talk to me about the business. Sort of give us that 10,000 foot perspective, what it is you do, who it is that your, ideal client is, and who it is that you serve.
Absolutely. So we have figured out in our 15 years of being here that as the business and doing marketing of various levels, whether it be piecemeal, whether it be, what we thought was a comprehensive strategy or approach, we've realized that, especially today, with all the different marketing platforms out there, the digital online marketing world, it is too diverse and too crazy to just throw spaghetti at the wall to see what sticks. It really takes a deep dive analysis of your industry, who you are, what you sell, and your ideal clients, your competition, and all of those components and the data behind that are what drive a strategy, a comprehensive online marketing strategy that's each component's going to feed the other one to get the best results possible so you can figure out what works, what doesn't work, maximize what works, either change or get rid of what doesn't work, and then try new things from the perspective of, we know this works. How can we do this again with this and this and this? And you can build revenue streams. You can build all the different initiatives that are going to work because you found that key thing that really wins your ideal clients over. And your marketing is streamlined. It is effective, efficient. And oh, by the way, you're not doing it yourself. You have a team of experts who love doing it for you. And where they even take it so far as setting your KPIs, your metrics, your goals, so that what they are doing is measurable, because that's how you figure out what works. We measure it and we figure out what works, and then we repeat it. And we continue to measure and tweak and fine tune to keep it top of the line, top of mind, and making sure you're keeping up with the various trends, algorithm changes, the whole 9 yards.
So one of my favorite questions to ask people all the time is, what is a misconception about what you do?
Marketing doesn't work, or social media, or they'll pick a particular platform. Oh, I've tried social media. It doesn't work. Well, how did you do it?
Right. Generally, when someone says it doesn't work, I believe they're the it that isn't working.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's the whole, were you throwing spaghetti against the wall to see what sticks? Were you doing this? Were you doing that? Were you combining it with this and that? And they're like, well, no, I was just doing social media and posting once a day. Oh boy. Wow. Good. That's why you failed.
At least we found the problem.
Okay, there's your problem. I can fix it. Will you let me fix it, please?
Yeah. Fabulous. So your website, talk to us about your website and what people are going to find there.
So they're going to find the 80s pop Stevie Nicks, witchy woman, Harry Potter fanatic, grandma of a 3-year-old, all of those things. But they're going to find out who we are and what we do and who we serve.
What is your website? It's SophieZo.
The website is SophieZo.com. When you go there, you will see who we are and what we do, who I am specifically, and you'll see that we have different free offers. A podcast is there, and we also have a book a call where you can get a free digital success session to learn what mistakes you're making and how we can fix them, or how you can fix them if the case may be. And you'll find a really jazzy, edgy brand. I love purple and teal. I mean, I'm even wearing purple today in honor of my brand colors and my favorite color from childhood. Mm-hmm. But you're going to find out what you need to know about us, and where you can find us and how you can get in touch with us.
What is your favorite thing to educate people about?
The marketing strategy piece of it, because they don't understand. A lot of people just don't get it. They don't understand. And even if they know what strategy is on a high level, they don't know what it takes to get a really comprehensive strategy and plan, put it together. They think they do, they know it, but they don't. And most of them don't want to take the time to really figure it out. And that's,
can you give us a real world example?
A real world example. So yeah, actually I can. So a few years ago, I had an attorney come to me and say, I've got a great website. I've got all these YouTube videos. I've got this team of people working on all that for me. He goes, but I don't have social media stuff going on. I don't have a blog going on. And, I hear I need that. What can you do for me? And I said, well, here's what we can do for you. And I produced a strategy about blogging, about social media, and specifically off the cuff clips of himself, holding that cell phone out, doing his thing somewhere, anywhere, about who he is as an attorney and the kind of people he helps, etc. And we started with those little clips, and we built out the strategy that went from there, from social media posts to blog posts and everything. And within months, people were coming to him and going, oh my gosh, you're everywhere. I see you everywhere. You're on social media. I see you on Facebook. And his visibility skyrocketed. So then he was in front of more people. He became top of mind, and his law firm grew and got more clients and became more well-known, instead of being the best kept secret, because he came to us for a social media and blog strategy, which was the piece that he was missing in that particular moment in time.
Tell me about your books. I love a good author story.
Oh, yes. So I am a co-author in Women Gone Wild, The Feminine Guide to Fearless Living, the Intuition Edition. And my chapter is Letting My Intuition Lead. And it tells the story I told you today, from the time that I decided to go exclusive, lost it all, and started over. And the battles I have won and lost by listening or not listening to my intuition, and learning to incorporate intuition, the universe, and body, mind, heart, and soul, and brain to make my decisions now, not just relying on one piece or the other. And it's available on Amazon, Barnes & Noble, and Walmart and Target.
Fabulous. And you have something else coming out as well, correct?
I do. There will be 2 more anthologies coming out this year. One is coming out roughly in November. Actually, they're both probably coming out November, December-ish. And they are anthologies around, the first one is going to be around mastery. And it's from a summit I was a speaker in a few weeks ago. And then the other one is about up-leveling. It's an anthology about up-leveling and being visible. And it is also from a summit where I spoke at, and those my talks are going to be finessed into wonderful chapters in these anthologies of all the speakers that were in those summits. And those are coming out by the end of this year.
Nice. Fabulous. And you mentioned a podcast?
Yes, I have relaunched my podcast on the Word of Mom Network, Media Network. And we just started a few weeks ago. I believe we have like 4 episodes out now. So you can find my new episodes on wordofmomradio.com. And then you can find the previous episodes on all the podcast platforms, Spotify, Apple, etc. It's called Building Your Empire with SophieZo. And that's what you can search for to find it on the platforms. And then Word of Mom Radio, it'll be there with the newest episodes.
Fabulous. And one more time, just remind me, your ideal client is who at what companies generally? Who are you
Yes.
definitely speaking to?
We love to work with health and wellness practitioners, especially in the holistic and naturopathic space. The ones who want to create more experiential services and offer other modalities, perhaps coaching and consulting. We also work with coaches and consultants who are that well-rounded that I talked about: body, mind, heart, soul, intuition, spirit, brain. They help people build a business holistically. And a lot of times they're spiritually based. So the witchy woo woo in me gets along with the witchy woo woo in them. We work really well with them. And last but not least, the service providers, the attorneys, the consultant, or the accountants, the bookkeepers, designers, anybody in the service-based industry who's not like governmentally regulated. We don't have any insight into those regulations, so therefore we can't produce marketing materials for them, and because we don't want to risk, obviously, them getting into trouble legally.
That's kind of you. Make sure somebody doesn't get in their own way. Fabulous. We need you sort of overseeing, doing that mom thing for people. So
Yes.
Sophie, what is your Monty? As you know, Monty is our mascot here at Belmont City Press. He's our little owl, and he's sort of that beacon of all things inspirational, maybe educational, maybe a mantra that you carry with you that you can share. So what is your Monty?
My Monty speaks directly to my story. Don't do it alone. You're not alone. You'd be surprised who shows up in your times of need in ways you never imagined possible. You need to surround yourself with the people who will cheer you on, who will pick you up and dust you off, and who will also, be brainstorming, masterminding, mentor kind of people with you. It's the entrepreneur world can be lonely and cold, and you can find yourself in a little place. Don't go there. Be out of your shell, be out in the world, and make sure you surround yourself with people who can support you and help you achieve your goals in your business and life.
I always say, to my clients, we talk about that know, like, and trust factor, but you have to also be, findable, if you will, on social media. And that's how they know you now. And, I always say that I'll be your biggest cheerleader until it's my turn. And I need you to be my biggest cheerleader. And I think if we could give that to each other, I think a lot of us would definitely succeed more.
Absolutely, 100%. So many people think that they have to do it themselves, that that's the only way because, it's like, I'm tough, I'm big and bad, I can do this. But you're one person with just, a limited amount of experience, knowledge, etc. And when you surround yourself with people who are at the level where you want to be, and that's the biggest key, is you got to surround yourself with people who are where you want to be. Because if you're with people who are where you're at, you're kind of going to stay there. But you surround yourself with really great people who are where you want to be, and you learn from them, you mastermind and brainstorm with them. You create your own connections and mentors and support by doing that. And if you guys do that, you'll be successful so much easier and even potentially faster because you're not doing it all by yourself.
Water seeks its own level, my father used to say.
Yes.
It sounds like they need to bring their business to the next level.
They do need to bring their business to the next level.
Indeed,
yes.
They do. Are you ready for our rapid fire session, Sophie?
Yes.
Fabulous.
Do it.
All right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you a choice of 2 things, and you just tell me which one speaks most to you. It doesn't have to be, it's not a 100% to 0. It could be a 51-49, whatever. Are you a coffee or a tea gal?
Coffee.
Coffee. Okay. I am 0 caffeine all the time. So I like decaf tea for some reason. Would you rather travel by a train or a plane?
Depends.
It's a tough one. It's a tough one.
Depends on the distance and where you're going. But
Have you ever taken a train like with like a bedroom and for a day or two?
no, that is on my bucket list to do potentially in England, Ireland, and Scotland in a couple of years when my husband go there for our 35th.
Okay. Well, first of all, just going to England, Ireland, and Scotland is A. But two, you also want to throw in like a train ride with that. It's sort of like you're plussing up a plus up.
Exactly. We're going to fly there, but then we're going to do the train thing across the country. And I mean, I can kill two birds with one stone and figure out which one I like best.
I've done the long distance train, and it's definitely a different experience. So I would definitely suggest you do it. But of course, if you're in Ireland, Scotland, and if you're over there traveling, it's going to be magnificent no matter what you do. You being a
Sure.
back of the camel, it'd be fabulous anyways. You know what I'm saying? I don't think they
Oh
have
yeah.
Camels. We'd probably need a donkey in Ireland.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
Risotto or pasta?
Pasta.
Really?
I mean, I like risotto, but I've been a pasta gal all of my life, even though sometimes it doesn't agree with me. I still Italian food, Italian and Mexican food are my favorites, and when it comes to Italian pasta, gotta be pasta.
Okay, if it's good pasta, I might give you
Good
that.
pasta,
Okay.
yes.
Would you rather run or bike?
Bike.
Okay. Did you want to think about that?
No.
Are you like a cool color girl or a warm color? I know you like your purples and teal is my favorite, but teal can be on either side of that for the most part, depending. But are you more of a cool color or are you
I
more
have
of a
to be
warm
cool
color?
when it's warm. It makes me turn yellow, and I don't want to look yellow. So
All
give
right,
me
so
the cool colors.
the one I like to ask everybody, chocolate or vanilla?
Chocolate.
Okay, that is the only right answer here. That's all
Yeah.
I'm saying. All right, we have what is our guest to guest question. So the guest before you left behind a question for you to answer during your show today. So are
Okay.
you ready for your guest to guest question?
I am ready. Let's do it.
All right. What is your simple pleasure in life?
Ooh, there are several simple pleasures in life.
Mm-hmm.
But at this stage in my life, the thing that I have learned to truly and wholeheartedly put first and foremost, and which is a simple pleasure, is time with my family, especially my 3-year-old grandson.
Mm, that's so cute. And that should be everyone's simple pleasure. It should be a simple pleasure that everybody is afforded is the time with the people that they want to be with, whether and where you speak to, having someone that has a job or an entrepreneur, pulling in people and resources like yourself so that they can have that time because otherwise they're going to be spending the time they should with their family doing the things that you could take care of for them.
100%. Yes,
Mm.
ma'am. You hit the nail on the head.
Thank you. So one more time, bring us your website, where to find you. Where are you on social media? How do people connect with you? Let us know.
All right, you can contact me on my website, which is SophieZo.com. There is a contact us page. There is a schedule a digital success session button, lots of freebies, links to the podcast, etc. You can also find me and connect with me on social media on Facebook, LinkedIn, X, or Twitter, depending upon if you remember the new name. Instagram. I am on those 4 platforms.
And are there links on your website to get to those? Or are you SophieZo on all of them? How do they
I
track you
am
down?
SophieZo. I'm either SophieZo, the SophieZo, because someone stole SophieZo on Instagram.
There's only
And
one.
then on LinkedIn, I've been on LinkedIn so long, I'm there under my full birth name of Sophie Zollmann.
Oh boy.
Yeah. So it's Sophie Zollmann, SophieZo, the SophieZo. Anything Sophie will most likely pull me up.
Okay. And they can go to your website and they can make connections from there. So let me
Of
ask
course.
you, Sophie, if I were to give you 60 seconds to tell us a story, what would the world learn from you?
They would learn resilience,
Mm.
never giving up, and keep going, keep trying. That failure is not the end, it is the beginning. Learning from your failures, picking yourself up and doing more, doing it again, doing whatever, no matter what that is. Failure is the opportunity to bigger, better, wonderful things.
Reset. Definitely the opportunity to reset.
Yes.
Sophie, I appreciate your time. It's extremely valuable, and I hope I honored that here today.
Absolutely. It's been a blast. This is a fun way to go when it comes to being interviewed. And it wasn't even really an interview. It was a conversation. I love conversations. I love to just talk.
Just chatting. I thank you, my friend. To our listeners, if you have a story to share, visit tellasastorypodcast.com. If you're an aspiring author, a seasoned business owner, or looking to elevate your personal brand, visit belmontcitypress.com for expert advice on writing your own success story. Trust the next chapter because you are the author. Now, tell us a story.